When it comes to a role, there are certain things that I assume are associated with that role. One prime example that I always give is the same example every time because I feel like no matter where you are, you can understand this. I want you for a second to listen to this and just pause to see what your response is. When it comes to the position of a coffee barista, what are things that you assume are associated with that role? Hopefully you paused. If you didn't, you're not going to pretty much get the benefits of this exercise. But some of the things that you would associate with the role is making coffee, maybe serving customers, maybe even taking coffee to their tables. Maybe it's unloading delivery trucks for the coffee beans and whatever you need to make the coffee with. These are normal things that you would associate with this. Why would you ever make this a bullet point on your resume? It makes no sense. You know they know that you made coffee. Why would you ever tell them that as a bullet point? So in a software development position, what are some of the things that I would assume that you would do? Maybe maintain code, build out a homepage, write unit tests, something along those lines. Why would you ever tell them that? Why would you tell them that you are a part of code reviews? That's the most basic part of our job. Everyone, if you wrote code on a team, I would assume you were in a code review somewhere. Yeah. Why would you ever write that as a bullet point? The only exception to this is unit testing, because if you walked on a team that had like no unit test or maybe 10% code coverage, and you were able to like meet business requirements and build up to like 60%, 70%, that's a great bullet point because you show. Outside of that, you should never have that on your resume. How does that even set you up for a conversation? If they already assume that for the role, what question would they even ask you? How were your code reviews? That's not a question you want.